The Cafferty Group Technical Service Advisors, with offices located in Nebraska, Iowa, Kansas, and Colorado, presents Daikin FIT R32 Installation and Commissioning Technical Training Module TRV 13.4 FIT Air Handlers. Disclaimer: this material provides technical information that is to only be used by appropriately trained and certified HVAC/R installers and technicians who have agreed to the terms and conditions that are available at https://www.daikincity.com/daikincity_b2b-terms-of-use.html. If you have not agreed to these terms and conditions, you may not use or view this material, and you assume responsibility for any injury or property, system, or equipment damage that may result. If you agreed to these terms, you also agree by viewing or using this material that this material, by its nature, cannot include a discussion of everything necessary to effect a proper installation or repair of HVAC/R equipment, nor can it address every possible scenario or environment a technician or installer may encounter. Accordingly, this material should not be considered as recommendations for best practices and will not be considered installation or repair instructions to the extent of any conflict with Daikin or Goodman issued manuals and specifications, or industry standards and regulations. Each installer or technician remains fully responsible for ensuring proper installation or repair of the HVAC/R equipment being worked on, and you remain fully responsible for any injury or property, system, or equipment damage which may result from your installation. Copyright 2024 Daikin Comfort Technologies North America Incorporated. All rights reserved. Recording, copying, or distribution of this material is prohibited without express written permission from Daikin. Agenda. In this training, we will cover air handler installation and coil removal, wiring and plug ID, K4R relay, dip switches, and heater kits. Air handler installation and coil removal. FIT air handler installation. Positioning. The FIT air handler may be installed in upflow, downflow, horizontal left, or horizontal right orientations. The FIT air handler is factory ready for upflow and horizontal left installations. Upflow. No field modifications are mandatory. However, to obtain maximum efficiency, the horizontal drip shield, side drain pan, and drain pan extension can be removed. Horizontal left. No field modifications are necessary for this application. Downflow, horizontal right. In the downflow application, to prevent the coil pan from sweating, the mandatory downflow kit DFK is available through your local distributor. Removing the coil. Step 1. Remove the wire ties holding the EEV, pressure transducer, and sensor wire harness to the center support before removing the coil. Step 2. Take off the A2L sensor bracket assembly. Step 3. Slide the coil assembly out using the bottom drain pan to pull the accessory from the cabinet. Step 4. Relocate the A2L sensor bracket assembly on the drain connections labeled B for horizontal applications and A for upflow/downflow applications. Step 5. Place the gaskets back on the drain ports correctly. The front print on the gasket should be facing forward. Step 6. Reconnect the sensor wires, securing it with wire ties according to the installation and operation manual. Step 7. Secure the wire harness to the corner post using the screw mount wire ties provided. Step 8. Reassemble the blower access panel to the unit. For flipping the coil, the drain pan extension must be removed for all coils except for 5-ton models. The center support should not be removed while removing the drain pan. The side drain pan can be removed for downflow applications. It cannot be removed for horizontal right applications. The main drain pan is labeled A. Horizontal drain pan is labeled B. Drain pan extension. The image below displays the drain pan extension that must be removed in a horizontal right application. However, should remain in place for a horizontal left application. Coil removal wire tie location. The low voltage wire harness is tied together with the wire harness of the motor. Tie EEV wires, thermistor wires, and pressure sensor wires, if applicable, with zip ties. Clamp the wire harness with the coil retainer. Pass those wire harnesses through behind the downflow bracket. The wire harness from the thermistor, pressure sensor, and coil of the motor-operated valve are clamped behind the coil retainer. Wire tie location after the coil has been rotated. See the diagrams below and in the installation operation manual for the location of the wire ties to hold cables in place. Insert the junction connectors into the insulation. Connect the junction connectors and slide the insulation over it. Secure the insulation on the junction using 2 wire ties. Secure the insulated connectors to the corner using 2 screws and the mounting wire ties provided. Bundle the excess wire and secure it to the corner post using screw mount wire ties. FIT Airhandler ECM motor orientation. Downflow motor rotation. If the indoor unit is installed in a downflow position, loosen the motor mount and rotate the motor as shown. Be sure that the motor is oriented with the connectors on the casing facing down. Wiring and plug ID. Wiring diagram. For the 230-volt AC model, we've highlighted the 230-volt AC power input and its circuit. We've highlighted the connections to the heater kit, which is 24 volts AC, and the speed taps from the board to the indoor blower motor. Electrical wiring. Routing. Routing the electrical wiring must be made through the electrical knockouts provided on the Airhandler. When removing the electrical knockouts, be careful not to damage the circuit board. Do not cut, puncture, or alter the Airhandler cabinet for electrical wiring. Knockouts on the cabinet side are used for electrical conduit. If the diameter of the conduit is different than the knockout, an adapter ring must be used to meet UL 1995 safety requirements. Maximum overcurrent protection. Every installation must include an NEC USA or CEC in Canada approved overcurrent protection device. Check with local or state codes for any special regional requirements. Protection can be in the form of a fuse or HACR-style circuit breakers. The series and rating plate provides the maximum overcurrent protection permissible. Fuses or circuit breakers are to be sized larger than the equipment maximum circuit ampacity, but not to exceed the maximum overcurrent protection. High voltage wiring connections. The power supply will be connected to the red and the black wires that are already stripped in the Airhandler electrical compartment. The ground lug is located in the upper right-hand corner of the electrical compartment. Low voltage wire connections. Route the control wires through the low voltage port and terminate in accordance with the wiring diagram. It is strongly recommended that you do not connect multiple wires into a single terminal without mechanically twisting the tips together with a pair of pliers. Minimum wire size 18 gauge. Low voltage wiring details. If low voltage requirements are not met, check or eliminate the wiring connections. Replace the wiring. 18 gauge twisted shielded pair is recommended. Control board components and plug IDs. Connection and dip switch identification. Terminal blocks and dip switches. TB1 and TB2 are the 24-volt input via transformer TR1 for the electronic expansion valve. TB3 and TB10 are the 24-volt input coming from transformer TR2. TB11, mitigation mode common. TB12, mitigation mode normally closed. TB13, mitigation mode normally opened. TB4 and TB5, auxiliary alarm connection. TB6 and TB8, accessory contacts for humidifier, etc. TB7, board, common, ground. Dip switch 1 and 2 are not used. DS3, emergency mode for the heater kit selection. DS4, emergency mode for the indoor blower speed. DS5, emergency mode for the EEV operation. DS6, emergency mode for continuous airflow in both heating and cooling modes. DS7, communication network dip switches. X1A, heater kit output. X2A, shared data port. X3A, indoor EEV coil. X5A, thermistor for the heat exchanger. X7A, indoor air circulation blower. X8A, thermostat input. X9A, A2L sensor. X12A, flash writer. X13A, RAM monitor. X15A, pressure sensor. F1U, fuse link, 3 amp for control voltage. F2U, fuse link, 3.15 amp for the EEV. Onboard auxiliary alarm switch. The auxiliary alarm function. Primarily used for condensate switch input. The auxiliary alarm switch must be normally closed. A normally closed condensate switch opens when the water level in the evaporator coil base pan reaches an undesirable level. The control will respond by turning off the indoor blower, the outdoor unit, and display the proper fault code EEF. If the auxiliary alarm switch is detected closed for 30 seconds, normal operation resumes and the error message is no longer displayed. K4R relay. Leak detection output relay, K4R. Relay terminations. The control board is equipped with 3 refrigerant leak detection quarter-inch quick connect terminals, labeled TB11, TB12, and TB13, that are used to control the optional kits, zoning damper, UV light, and ventilator. When a refrigerant leak alarm is issued, the dampers must be fully open. UV lights must be turned off, and accessory ventilator fans must be activated. K4R relay fault codes. When a refrigerant leak is detected, as indicated by error codes A0, A1, or AF, relay K4R is activated by the control. See Table 15 to the right for the conditions of relay K4R when the error code is issued. Terminal block 11 and 12 are closed if there is no error code, and they are open if there is an error code issued. Terminal blocks 11 and 13 are open if there's no error code, and closed when an error code is issued. R32 sensor testing. Voltages. To ensure the sensor is operational, the technician can check between pins 1 and 4. You should read 5 volts DC. Pins 2 and 3 are data communications. Once the voltage is verified, mitigation mode can be tested utilizing the refrigerant leak test mode that's found in the communicating thermostat menus. Dip switches. Here's a diagram of the printed circuit board showing the factory settings for dip switch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Dip switches explained. This chart shows the dip switch factory default settings for dip switch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Factory default settings can also be found on the wiring diagram inside the indoor unit or in the installation manual. Dip switch 7 network troubleshooting switches explained. If network errors have occurred, there is a combination of dip switch settings that can be used to improve communication. DS7 dip switches are located on the indoor unit printed circuit board. DS1 dip switch settings are located on the outdoor unit circuit board. There is a table in the installation manual that shows the possible combinations. Switchbank DS4 EEV settings. S15 must be turned on for the electronic expansion valve to operate in normal conditions. S16 is not used. Heater kits. Heater kit nomenclature. The first 4 positions are the unit type. HKTS, electric heater kit for air handlers. The center position is a service disconnect. D shows there is a service disconnect. N shows no service disconnect. And they are available with or without factory-installed circuit breakers. The next pair are heater capacity at 240 volts. They range from 3 kW to 24 kW. The next to the last position is the cabinet size. X would be for all cabinets, C for the C width, D for the D width cabinet. And the last number is the electrical. A, single phase 208 volt. B, single phase 240 volt. 1, single phase 208 240 volt. 3. Three-phase 208-240 volt. The heater kit wiring diagram. There are multiple options on the diagram sticker that is shipped with each heater kit. Mark an X on the wiring diagram according to the number of heater kit element rows installed and cross out the remaining diagrams. Then mark an X on the data sticker located on the outer panel of the air handler to indicate the heater model kit that is installed. Setting capacity dip switches. It is important to set the capacity of the electric heater at two locations, the thermostat and the dip switch bank 3, dip switches 9, 10, 11, and 12 on the air handler printed circuit board. Note: heater kits are not available for 115-volt air handlers. For heater kit installation with no circuit breaker, Step 1. Remove the upper access panel from the air handler. Step 2. Remove and retain the 4 screws securing the cover plate. Step 3. Remove and discard the cover plate. Step 4. Remove the factory-installed multi-pin plug with the black and red pigtailed wires. Step 5. Slide the electric heat kit into the opening in the air handler, making sure that the direction of the arrow decal is pointing in the correct direction. Step 6. Secure the heater face plate using the 4 screws from Step 2. Step 7. Connect the multi-pin plug and ensure that the wire colors match. Step 8. Connect 2 high-voltage wires and 1 ground wire. Step 9. Secure the upper access panel. Step 10. Place the new heater kit sticker on the inside panel near the wiring diagram. Heater kit installation with factory-installed circuit breaker. Step 1. Remove 2 screws that join the circuit breaker panel to the heater kit. Step 2. Remove and retain the 4 screws securing the cover plate. Step 3. Remove and discard the cover plate. Step 4. Remove the factory-installed multi-pin plug with black and red pigtailed wires. Step 5. Slide the electrical kit into the opening of the air handler, making sure that the direction of the arrow decal is pointing in the correct direction. Step 6. Secure the heater faceplate using the 4 screws from Step 2. Step 7. Secure the circuit breaker plate to the left side of the electrical panel with 2 screws included in the heater kit packaging into the pre-drilled factory holes. Step 8. Connect the multi-pin plug and ensure that the wire colors match. Step 9. Connect 2 high-voltage wires and 1 ground wire. Step 10. Secure the upper access panel. Step 11. Place the new heater kit sticker on the inside of the panel near the wiring diagram. Step 12. Mark an X on the wiring diagram according to the number of the heater kit element rows installed and cross out the remaining diagrams. Step 13. Place an X on the data sticker located on the outer panel of the air handler to indicate the heater kit model that's installed. Step 14. Secure the upper access panel. Thank you for joining us for Daikin FIT R32 Installation and Commissioning Technical Training Module TRV 13.4. If you have any questions or need more information, please contact the CAFRD Group technical service advisors at one of these 12 locations.